Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Studio. And where today we're going to be checking out Yandere Simulator Comic Studio. And that was going to be pretty quite fully not pretty easy as well. And because this is where that I just since that my brothers see this probably like kind of animation from Markiplier, and also that I just going to be searching about it that the Markiplier that was probably playing it for some time as well back in years ago, and especially that I just saw this from Markiplier and anything like for some sort of like the crossovers animations for something as well, and probably could be mixed like for some sort of for the main character, it could be for this thing as well, and probably that shouldn't pretend like this as well, or should we say that Markiplier is playing it as well, and this is Senpai, and probably could be for such as Jacksepticeye as well, that we just looking for the reveal for this face like this, something as well, or I'm not very sure as well. Probably similar that we just saw the animation as well, and just like my brother, and we're trying to do is going to show up some spoilers, and looks like it's not going to be for around here to have fun like this is thing as well. So, because as you can see, this Yandere Simulator is owned by Yandere Dev. If I use the arts that's accidentally not official, please tell me. I will remove it for any of those things in the future as well. It must be for around for about under 60 days ago. Any help will be appreciated. It's still kind of work in progress, so you can help me out by submitted stuff, and I miss that we need to do this, or we need something isn't in probably like this, or that to need to be in this comic studio, and probably the rules if you want to make comics here, and never try to steal like anything probably for some sort of stuff. Don't be a jerk to PPL, and never try to grace these others like those things as well. For anybody as well to be harassed isn't going to be for like this thing as well, isn't going to be for such as to harass people, is not permanent like this thing as well. And don't make fun of anything for race, gender, and etc, like any kinds of like some sort of for the etc. Don't make unnecessary drama, and most importantly, have fun. Alright, we shouldn't able to be using for some characters like them as well, even for its absolutely most likely worsts. So, and it features another category goes for the 1908's mod, and probably for their something as well. So, this is absolutely contains anime characters, but I don't want to see for some sort of like those reasons as well. And because of that, Yandere was the most of the murderous incident that I just never completely saw, that Markiplier just played around here like anything tried to do so as well. So this is going to be for some sort of a murderous place in Comic Studio. Yandere Studio like this, I mean Yandere Simulator, was the worst place that you're gonna get killed here in the school and get shot to murder by the assassinator. So we got some sort of knights, some medicines like here, and some test tubes, books, chairs, and probably like anything for the magnifying glass, cameras, laptops, the boom boxes, tables, foods, bags, and a license plate or a license things as well, a shovel, knives, bat, like these things, and some banners over here. What the hell is this? There's a monster's arm. And that must be for some sort of clothes, closet, and some kind of money dollars like currencies over here, cards, or anything. That must be a baton as well. Knives, like those things for anything as well. But there's more a little bit as well, for such as more banners and probably this. Alright, it's not gonna be for like this anyways as well. Oh, we just absolutely the 1980s mode. I thought this is not going to be the 1908s mode. This could be for the 1980s mode, but I was wrong about for this thing as well. But you know, right? Next up could be for the effects, and probably unlike Yandere and the Heart of Blood, and probably like this. Not anything that goes on around here. And the backgrounds was pretty brittle, like those things, and for some other kinds of this. Less beautiful, and probably locates in Japan. Of course, that was absolutely some sort of like a pretty good things as well. And I cannot believe this is an absolutely going for one thing as well. So I shouldn't be able to be going to school, but I just refused forever. I never felt that we shouldn't be able to be living here for over itself. I gotta go for a little bit for just as well. We got some banners and around some stuff over here. Action figures. There's a classroom over here. And probably there must be a people in the classroom. A bunker, and probably like the testing as well. And probably, unlike the prototypes as well, there's the hospitality that we pretty possibly showed this. The parkways, the neighborhoods, indoor houses like those things, the house interiors, or anything kind of stuff on top of the roof, more parkways, and probably like anything to do this, features a fountain, and everything is going to be for around here as well. And there must be a maze over here, like anything as well. Empty rooms, and for some kinds of unknown rooms, like other kinds of stuff. I shouldn't be able to be scrolled down, and I'm probably sure that will be finally the basement, that the last thing to be added as well. And the most mentioned to do this as well, and you thought it was extremely sexual, or she was declared dead over here. And probably there is nothing over here in the 1980s mode. Of course, this is absolutely for the worst incident happened by the 1980s, of course. So maybe we should be add a little bit of time as well. And of course, it wasn't going to be like Kerchalot High, or some sort of that features laboratory, or something like it else. Anyways, I'll be right back up this video, and of course, it will be taking for an hour. And then a few minutes later, that recently the last video, we just add for around a bunch of Kukuran characters, but now we added for a less a bunch of Kukuran characters, like for some sort of for Scruffius and for Cozy Cafe characters like this, because I just already added for around here in this again as well. And we got 2 cars, like perhaps I wasn't interesting, by the way, for some sort of for South Asian cars, like some kind of Japanese exports, but I'm not very sure. I was Americanized back in 2 years ago, since in August around here by 2022, and of course that could be for around like anything as possibly that I just made this possible like this, and of course that could be a Ski-On FRS for around here and with this car owner. And because we didn't compare one of those some kind of cherry blossom trees as cherry blossom cookie probably matching for this color isn't going to be correct like this. Or isn't it as well? Some sort of in the waterfall like those things in the park. And for outside of the school, that must be raspberry cookie around here, that wearing casualty clothes, and probably that she realized that probably that approaching around her as well. The caramel chocks cookie could be for around here for something as well, unless she might able to be walked away to head home, of course, to meet for their parents as creme brulee cookie and Linzer cookie, and of course in for some sort of for the recess park like this, that could be for around 2 cookies from for the scruffiest comic studio over here. There must be a car owner over here, and another one from Cozy Cafe. Two cozy cafes like themselves as well. And there's one officer who's the owner of this car, and probably in the classroom that we added for less of this one scruffiest character. And there must be bell pepper cookie around here, and parfait could be for somewhat as Friday Night Funkin' reference. And so is Sea Fairy Cookie. Aren't look like Yandere. That probably where she was. It wasn't going to be the same as her style like this. And probably that we thought that was a teacher who's going to take that weapon away for something as well. Even for that. And probably that was going to be the end of this video. But I shouldn't be able to be revealed for something as well. As we take a look with Yandere as well, the main character itself. I'm not going to reveal for this strategy, but that was some sort of a horrible mention, but don't mention it with this thing or any kinds of anime characters like anything as well. And that will be it as well. So, if you like to check it out of this comic studio, that even you make about for some sort of stories of Markiplier like those things as well, doing itself for a little bit of a pretty time for some kinds of animations as well, or should be able to be making a storyboard like for Markiplier as well, or maybe something as well isn't going to be for this thing as well. So anyways, if you just try to know about to make something like pretty even different as well for the Markiplier reference, even though it should not able to be possible as well, except me or you, that who cares to be about to try to do, if you can or someone can as well. So thanks for watching and for all your support, and don't forget to probably to link of this comic studio into the description as well. And I'm afraid this should be for around that you have to be at age of 18 viewers to check out for this comic studio before you start, by avoiding the characters when you're under ages as well, and it start making comics for kinds of Markiplier animations like this or something as well. So thanks for watching, for all your support, and I have no idea that it just came from about here. I'll be see you mini lads and comic studio users all later, and thanks for watching, probably like I said.